Hello, it is time for another message from Melissa. And this month, I wanted to focus on something I've been thinking about a bunch recently, which has been the idea of thanking people and expressing gratitude. There have been times in my life when I wasn't really feeling that good about where I was, where I didn't feel like I had momentum, where I felt like I was really struggling to stay on top of my business and to get it moving forward. And I found it extremely difficult to feel genuine gratitude from that place. So when I would think about things I was grateful for, it felt so fake to me, and it didn't feel like the kind of gratitude that people talk about. Sometimes people talk about, oh, if you feel gratitude and you think abundantly, more abundance will come in. And in those moments, those low moments when I was struggling, I always thought, that's not real. And yet now that I'm further along in my business and I'm in a really good season for my business and I've got more momentum and more opportunities coming in, and I feel very thankful for them and I express that in the moment, and it is yielding more momentum. And so I've been trying to think about, how to bridge that gap, because if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And it does feel disingenuine to just be making gratitude lists when you're not feeling that way. But I do think that, there is a certain energy that happens in our businesses and our lives when we let people know that they've helped us. And in a lot of cases, not only is it a nice thing to do for those people and for yourself, but it's also the kind of thing that ultimately is part of your marketing strategy, if I'm being honest, because it keeps you on their mind. It reminds them that they did something good for you once and that it made an impact. And who knows, maybe it reminds them of something else they could do that might help you again. You really never know how expressing what somebody's impact has been on you will impact your world. Just the act of doing it, especially in a hard time like what we have right now. You never know if the email that you're sending or the note that you're sending or the phone call that you're sending is going to hit them on just the worst day ever for them, and it's the thing that's going to brighten them up and help them move forward. So I think there's a lot to be said for this idea of thinking about what you're thankful for and actually expressing it to people. So I have a challenge for everybody this month. And that challenge is just to see what happens when you say thank you. Without an ask, without a call to action, just saying thank you. So the challenge is, think of 2 or 3 people who have done a kindness for you. And that could be recently, it could be so far this year, it could be the end of last year, it could be, top of mind, or it could be something that they did 5 years ago that, whether or not you thanked them for it, you can always jump back in and say, hey, I was really just thinking about that thing you did 5 years ago, and I want to say thank you. It meant a lot to me, and it helped me get to where I am right now. So the question is, what would happen if you just emailed 2 or 3 people this month or called 2 or 3 people this month just to say thanks? What would the result be? Would it have another positive impact for you? Would it have a positive impact for them? Who knows? I'm really curious to see what would happen for it. And, I encourage you to think about something that, even if you have to dig a little bit back into the archives for it, find something that really meant a lot to you and just make sure they know. And I would be so interested to know if you get any sort of result from doing this, if it made you feel a certain way or if it made them feel a certain way. Feel free to reach back to me and let me know. I'm very curious to see how this experiment goes. So that is my thought for this month, my message for the month, just who can you thank? Good luck with this. Happy marketing.